Check, man. This is Glorious Dre, man, on the first podcast session, first podcast session. Um, this is basically an introduction to what might be a successful podcast or advertising agency and whatnot. But I'm actually in Houston, Texas right now, reporting live in Houston, Texas, and currently in the process of finishing up some music. Also, check out the website www.gloriousdre.com for your merch and also some more music to come up. I also have some booking information, and I think you'll find the website very conducive to the quality of your life. You may be able to add some type of value to what you may have going on. www.gloriousdre.com. But I'm basically here on the podcast just want to give some people's insight about myself and what's up and coming and whatnot, man. I consider myself to be a Midwest poet. Um, Hopefully I can actually start doing this stuff on a full time basis, man. This is I wanted to get this stuff probably done like some years ago. 3 years ago, man. I think I told some people about the podcast game, and I told some people in my city about the podcast game and the potential of it. And next thing you know, years later, I'm seeing podcasts, man. They're getting deals. They're getting to the bag. They're getting they're getting to the bag, man. And that's something that I actually seen way into the future or whatnot. You know what I'm saying, based upon my intuition, I see the potential and whatnot, man. But a lot of people wasn't able to capitalize on it the way they were supposed to, and I wasn't either, because I was working, doing a 9 to 5 job or whatnot, man. Constantly on the road. But for those who totally missed the bag, man, shame on you. Like I said, man, the podcast game is still open. Like it's only been so many years. It's still in its infant stages. And if you got something important to say, man, if you got a nice platform and you have some content, I think it's very conducive if you actually get you a podcast and set up some type of how should I say hobby of yourself. So that's a little public service announcement. That's a little public service announcement for the people who didn't want to work with me, man, because they thought that the podcast game and this technology was something that is totally useless. But years later, people are actually getting to the bag, extra to the bag, based upon YouTube, podcasts, and these streaming services. So, this is the first one, man. I'm Glorious Drake. Check out the website www.gloriousdre.com, and I'll also pull a cash app if you want to make any donations or whatnot. If you want to see, if you like this podcast and you just like to see my face or hear my voice, just go ahead and mentor Dre, the money sign mentor Dre, and cash at me. Throw me a couple dollars, man, a couple hundred if you could, a couple thousand would be helpful. But who am I? Like I said, I'm a Midwest poet. Consider myself a beat maker in the process of trying to make myself into the industry of being a creator, period, point blank. Music, content, things that matter. Today's technology is just passing by, it's whizzing by, man, and it's so much. It has so much potential to go to the next level. And I was telling if you was tuned into my last videos, you can actually see how technology has. Well, you will see. I mean, you've already seen, for those who've been tuned in to, uh, who've been, locked into the sports. You understand that there are people um, on a collegiate level. There's a law that had been passed, or a policy that has been passed, where student athletes, can get paid based upon their name, image, and likeness. And when I first heard it, me being a former college basketball player, I automatically knew what time it is. And so, just like the podcast game, I was trying to tell people about the NIL policy is going to be a game changer also. So, and for those who don't understand what the NIL, the name, image, and likeness policy is about, um, just Google Master P's son, Tennessee State, and you're able to see the $2 million endorsement from this policy. Something that wasn't, um, really, how should I say, regulated. Something that wasn't, it was regulated um, previously, well, to the point where it made it difficult, and a lot of college athletes were penalized for accepting money on a collegiate level. And I would like to get, my aspiration is I would like to get some people on a college level who actually went through some situations where they had to forfeit their scholarship, they had to forfeit their education because of them accepting money, and wanted to, be comfortable, be able to buy a new pair of shoes, or, go and get a good dinner while they're in college, man. And one of the situations where I need to revisit is from being from Ohio, was the Maurice Claret situation, man. That was who happened to be from Mansfield, was a phenomenal football player who actually got into I guess some situations, and I think once I have to do some more research on it, but I think it was because of accepting some money and whatnot, or whatever it was or whatnot. I know how to do some money, but it's a lot of college players that actually sacrificed some of their eligibility, man. There's a lot of people who had to hustle on the side just to make ends meet, and for this, name, image, or likeness, a policy to come through at this day and time, man, it's just it's good, but it's bad, man. I'm not a jealous person, but I'm kind of jealous of these kids right now, man. That's actually getting to take advantage of it. It's a great day for you, but I'm not in the point where I'm jealous to the point where I just wish I could have taken advantage of that situation. You guys gonna have it good, um, based upon if you're able to put your marketing together, and take some classes of advertising and marketing and things of that manner. I mean, it's going to be the next, I mean, you can get shoe deals, you can get any type of endorsement deals. I mean, if I was on campus and I was able to, at this time, and I was able to take advantage of name, image, and likeness with the social media at that time, if I was able to do that, I would be God on campus, man. I would be God on campus, because there's infinite possibilities that you can do if you're a decent ball player and you have some type of notoriety. You will be able to take advantage of this situation. And man, I'm just thinking about, man, how things are going to turn into they could possibly turn into a circus. It could possibly turn into a circus. But just to touch on that, man, we're gonna expound on that a little bit later. on these podcasts and whatnot. And I also got some music out. You can check out Glorious Dre on Spotify, on Apple, and also you can get at the platform at www.gloriousdre.com. Um, yeah, so I got 2 songs out. I got an instrumental and also got some other songs out. I'm basically doing on the same microphone I'm on right now. I gotta give me a different microphone, but at the same time, I'm just constantly pushing, man. I'm from the Midwest, where independent, the independent rap game um, is part of the culture out there. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get it like Master P was getting it back in the day. We don't have those big machines in the Midwest. Those big machines of Warner Brothers or Universal. Those are located in your New York, your LA, in your big cities, and now your Atlantas. So we always had to get it from the bottom. I'm located in Houston, Texas right now. I moved to the South. So and I'm still in the process of doing some more creation, man. And like I said, man, I like to tell people who are still sleeping on this technology, man. I don't care how old you are. You need to go find out how you can take advantage of what's going on with this technology today. Do your research. Um, get off the TV guide. Get off the Reader's Digest and things of that matter. Get on the internet and find out what's going on so you can take advantage of it. That's a message to all people. So like I said, I got music coming out. Um, I'm just a creator. I'm a Midwest poet, man. That's just who I am. I write poetry. I can put it in the rhyme form and also make music to go on. Today's industry, man, music industry makes it so easy for a person like me to hop in the industry and feel comfortable because of the music or whatnot. I'm saying the high, it's the music has gone down as far as when it comes to artistry, lyricism, and it opens the floodgates for a person like me who's a C plus, you know, a C plus artist. I consider myself because I got a lot to get better. I got to get better, most definitely. But like I said, you can actually go on Spotify and check out Glorious Dre and tell me what you think about it. Um, I got into music. I've always been into music. I played the trumpet when I was younger. My mother tried to get me to play the piano, but I wish I would have got and played the piano when I was younger and learned how to play the piano. I would be a monster right now in the music industry if I knew how to play some keys. At the time, man, I wanted to be like Miles Davis and Dizzy Gillespie with the big cheeks and whatnot. That kind of amused me. So, you know, I do have a music background, and the first time I was on the album was on a gospel album when I was like in elementary school. Um, I got into a recording studio with my mother directing. This was back in the '80s before God's Property and all the and church music became commercialized. In the '90s, I was in the '80s in the studio recording. So that was my first time in the studio. I used to be able to sing, but things had changed. My voice changed. Started smoking a little bit, and but I was able to hold a tune. I was able to hold a tune back in the day when I was younger in elementary school. I sung tenor, and ever since then, man, music always been with me. Um, just the sound, understanding the sound. I've always listened to um, my first, like I said, my first album I was able to memorize back and forth was Take 6. So Much to Say came in a blue tape, and that was probably the most wonderful thing that my mother could have did for me when I was young, was me being able to hear a cappella, me being able to hear a cappella at a time when I was younger, and I think that did something to my mind and wiring my mind in a different way, the way I think, the way I'm receptive. See, they say people with a music background has, I guess a different shaped brain. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I've read it somewhere. Um, and ever since then, man, I wanted to be a DJ back in the day in high school, but I was a ball player. I was a basketball player and a tremendous athlete. So my music career was put on hold. And so now, something that I love to do, something that I do often, not just listen to music, man. I critique it, man. I know what's good music. I know what's bad music. I'm in the process of creating my own uh, discography, my own, how should I say, my own imprint to let people know that I was here. You know what I'm saying? Let people know I was here and what I was thinking or whatnot. So, because I feel that media, the media is doing a wonderful, horrific job of putting negative images, constantly bombarding people with negative images on a daily basis. And I feel like, once you get, specifically once you get to the music industry, a lot of these commercial big companies, they like to take advantage of young people and in their infant stages, where they're still, underdeveloped, still not mature, and they take advantage of those situations and then just get to pumping that poison out. So, what inspired me to actually, create music was the fact that um, I just need to feel like I needed to create something. You know what I'm saying? I need to create and be active in using my mind to create something of value, something that can inspire someone else in their lifetime, or somebody who might be going through the same thing I'm going through. I can inspire them, and we can also share the same experiences or whatnot. So I give a different viewpoint because my situation is authentic. There's only one me. There's not a duplicate. There's a lot of people that try to copy, but I've shown and proved that that's not possible. Unless you had to walk in my shoes, and that takes a lot of time, a lot of years, and a lot of patience, and a lot of virtues, a lot of principles. And those are things that you got to have in order to try to duplicate my lifestyle or whatnot. So um, I got different songs and music that addresses different situations, and I try to be creative as possible um, when I'm writing. I try to paint pictures, but at the same time, I try to leave a jewel or some type of substance in the music. Um, and when I mean by substance, something that's addressing an issue or addressing an event or situation, and being able to put a perspective behind it and let you see it from my angle, and that's what and that's what I'm going to do. That's the process I'm doing. I'm letting people see my angle of situations, and sometimes I'm able to see things from other people's angles, but it's important for people to see my angle of the situation. So, um, yeah, man. Like I said, this is the first podcast. Um, hopefully, we'll have more podcasts coming up. Hopefully, we'll have some guests on, and we'll talk about more subjects. Talk about issues. We'll talk about what's going on in the paper and things that matter. But like I said, man, tune in. Um, www.gloriousdre.com, and also check me out on Spotify. Tell me what you think, and I'm signing off.